Stefan Ebouries of Loud Blast. Welcome to 69 Faces of Rock. How are you doing today?
Quite good. I mean, it's kind of around midnight here in France, so
As you can
almost.
see, nice Chicago sun behind me.
I
Um,
like Chicago.
First of all, congratulations on your new album, Outer Fates and Destinies. Tell me about the making of these records and the songwriting process.
This album was kind of different from any album I've been recorded or created before because of the pandemic.
Yep.
The last album we've been released was Manifesto. That was during the pandemic era. So there was no tour beside that. There was no normal way of being a band, you know.
Cool.
So I was stuck in my home, you know. Hopefully I got a big home. I got my studio here. So I started creating new songs right after the Manifesto era. And I created everything here just because maybe it was a kind of catharsis also, just being still a musician, not being on stage, not being around the world. And so I created one song, one after one, you know, that was like, okay, am I able to create a new album? And after maybe 2 years of just being stuck at home, you
Mhm.
know. And this album was here, and Listenable Records said to me, "Okay, you should you should release something,"
And you did.
and I did. And definitely definitely that was different because everything was made here at my studio. And beside that, I needed to have also to have the Fred Leclerc advices also on the music. So uh, um, I make way to his studio, and he said, "All right, we should maybe try different thing and put more melody in the lead parts
Mhm.
and more harsh part also in the way of the singing." And yes, that was a different way to create an album, definitely.
Um, was the creation process actually did the creation process and the recording in your own studio affect how the album came out sounding?
um I don't know. Really, I don't know, because the process was so different from any other album I've been working on. Um, where I used to work, you know, side by side, but in our own studio, you know, creating stuff. I programmed every drums. I can do it by myself. I can create by myself at home, you know. But
Mhm.
I need human, you know, just me as a human, as a people, as a creator. I need other people to say, okay, you should not do that, or maybe you should try this. And yeah, definitely the process was totally different. But at the end, um, bes beside being my creation, I cannot say that this album is not really personal. I needed to have these advices from my people,
Mhm.
my blood, you know.
The title, Outer Fates and Destinies, sounds quite serious and gives the perspective of someone who's experienced a lot in life. How do you explain that title?
Loud Blast, I created Loud Blast 40 years ago. you know, when I was 16, when I was at the high school, you know, we were like young people, uh, heavy metal maniacs, and then came Metallica, Slayer. It was like, wow, we huge fans of Maiden, Slayer, Maiden or Judas Priest. When Metallica and Slayer came, this is what we want to do. So we quit every cover band we were in. We were 16, and we said, okay, this is the way we're gonna go. This is the way we're gonna create music. Maybe like trying to not to be copycat of what we're listening to, but definitely that's changed everything of what we became. And yes, altering fate and destiny means also that my band and this music is my fucking DNA. Uh, that's why I'm still here talking to you. That's why I'm still a fan. That's why I got tons of LPs on my left ear, you know. That's why I'm collecting stuff. That's why I'm this the man I am nowadays, being like 56
Yeah.
years old.
Um, in many ways, you probably answered my follow-up question because I was going to ask you, how did being a musician alter your fate and destiny? Because I believe that's probably not something your parents wanted you to do.
Definitely not. You know, I was raised born in, and I'm really lucky having this too, because I got a lot of great souvenirs from my childhood. You know, I was born in a family that got money, you know, and they were not really keen on art or everything, you know, they just let me do what I want to do. But then came the day when I said to my parents, I'm gonna stop my studies at the university because I want to be a musician.
Yeah.
And they said to me, okay, Steph, you can be you can have the money from what we've built before in insurance company and everything. And I said, no, this is not my way. So they said, okay, you know that this door is your door, but you got to get out of this and make yourself out of this. So that's why I know what it is having this empty fridge,
Mhm.
you know,
Oh, yeah.
and hopefully I got this experience. Um, I know what it is to. It's a long way to the top. It's a
Definitely.
really long way to the top, and
That's, yeah. Yeah.
I should. I wish. Uh, Thanks to my parents, you know, I hated them at that time. You know, just saying, "Hey, stop your studies, so you're out of your room," you know.
Yeah.
And yes, it in a way it helped me a lot. Just just becoming what I'm nowadays.
And maybe that's what it's really all about.
Yeah,
Uh,
yeah,
the opening song on the new record, From Beyond 2, now that's a clever sequel to a track of the same title from your first album,
yep.
Royal Treatment. Tell me about that song.
By the way, when it comes to the lyrics, when it came to the lyrics, you know, for this new album, there was half of the album talking about my experiences, our experiences in life, you know, just the up and downs, and I mean, this album is a good synthesis of what we are nowadays, definitely. And it can be like goofy to say, okay, another album, it's talking about the new. No, definitely, this album got a real bridge, you know, a real link
Mm-hmm.
with what we've done, what Cloudburst was in the real beginning. And From Beyond 2 refers to our first album, because at that time that was the Lovecraft mythos that was a lot in our lyrics. And yeah, definitely on the new album, there was half of the album talking about our experiences, the bad stuff, the good stuff, just not right fronted, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But with a friend of mine that was here at my home, we're talking about everything. We're talking about Lovecraft, and I said, well, "Yeah, I've just been back to all my old books, you know, where I was a student." And I said, I've been reread all the Lovecraft. He said, "Me too. Maybe we get something." So we gotta work
Mm-hmm.
on the best part, all these mythos that really drove us when we're like 18 years old.
Mm-hmm. That explains the sequel. Um,
Yep.
what are the other songs about?
Um, I've been a lot through ups and downs, those like 10 years. Um, just talking about a lot of good and bad experiences with uh, girls, uh, substance, and just being kind of really sure of what is your destiny
Mm-hmm. Got it.
when you choose not to have this destiny. And sometimes, I mean, the border is quite really, really, really thin.
It's always a thin line, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a really thin line. And I've experienced this at the moment in my life. I was not expected to have this.
Oh, it's always the unexpected things that happen.
That's why I can write about it.
Yeah. I've read that you are extremely creative and recorded a lot of material for this album, but only selected, what, 10 songs that made it? So what will happen with the rest of the songs?
We got like 3 other songs being like bonuses for the album, which to my mind are not bonuses. That's what a fucking pain in the ass, just choosing which song's gonna be on the 10th
Mhm.
on for the album. And maybe also for the first time of my life, I asked the guys from the label to say, okay, as I gave them a short list, said which song are the best for you, you know, because there was no way for me to choose in
Yeah.
between those 13 songs which was which one was the best or which one was supposed to be the this light.
Mhm.
And I think that was a harsh moment also for me, because I wanted to have this cover from Necrophagia, you know, on the album too,
Mhm.
because this 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 band means a lot to me too. I wanted to add this on the album. So I said, okay, we're gonna go with that for the bonus.
That makes sense. Um, how do you rate this album in comparison to anything else you've done in the past?
Huh. Always the shitty question. But definitely, this album, like I said, is really personal. Um, and really for the first time of my life, I'm listening to this album not every day, but I can listen to the album every day if I want. It's still a real pleasure. I said, wow, did I fucking create this fucking monster? And what I like, the the, the real difference with this new album comparing to the other album I've been composing or working with my other guy, is that there is a real story telling. It's a really heavy and dark album, but there is always kind of light at the end.
So it's very personal. I could totally sense that. Is there a tour in the works to promote this record?
Yeah. There was a tour at first in Europe that's gonna start late April. There is also the 40 years anniversary for Loud Blast. So there is this tour plus all the festivals, and then probably another tour with our friends from Set. So I mean 2025 is going to be like 22 it's going to be like a
Celebration year.
yes.
Any chance for the American audiences to see the band?
I hope so. I mean, it's always a big problem with a band like Loud Blast to come to US because we need promoters, I mean, we got good distribution, but coming for just one show means nothing. Coming for a cruise, we already did, the four for. But hopefully we'll come with Loud Blast and maybe Sin Salem too. Who guess?
Fantastic. One of the Loud Blast members, Frederick Leclerc, is also a member of Creator. How does he balance between being in both bands?
Fred joined Loud Blast before he joined Creator, and hopefully we got Fred is a close friend of mine, so we balance everything because of our business too.
Oh yeah.
I mean, being the best player of the one of the biggest thrash metal acts in the world is nothing comparing to anyone's experiences. So we balanced everything because when we get to shot the video, he came to shot the video, and when it's gonna be time to be on tour, if Creator asked him to be in the studio on tour, it's gonna be with Creator.
Of course. Yeah, that makes sense.
But he's still the bass player of Loud Blast. He did all the lead parts also on guitars for the new album.
So he's balancing well.
Yes, because as because we are close friends and because we know how to balance and manage our businesses.
And that's the most important bond.
Yep.
I also feel that you live now in a countryside, right?
Yep.
How does that affect your creativity as opposed to living in the city?
Living in the city, I mean, living in Paris, I was not raised born in Paris. I was raised born in Lille, near from the Belgian border. And living in Paris was quite a good moment for the business, just being in Paris. But I mean, Paris is like eating you from the inside. It's a small city, by the way. It's always the same people, the same thing. And going on the countryside, here I am, in the middle of the forest, and the last home before the fields, in the middle of in the forest. Yeah, that really give me the best. It reminds me where I come from also, I was raised both in big cities, but hopefully my grandfather got this home, in the countryside. And I remember that's where I start really be a man, be what I am.
That makes sense. Number of actually players live in similar surroundings. I know Peter from Vader lives like in a forested area. Paul from Master, Martin from Punch and Stench. They all kind of left the big cities behind and are trying to find themselves elsewhere.
We all know that we are this kind of guy that like extreme stuff.
Yeah.
Being extreme is not a way of living. It's a part of your life sometimes, but it's not being a party animal every day. Definitely does not fit with being creative.
I agree. Yeah.
To be creative, you got to have sometimes you get to be out of your mind, but definitely when you wake up home, get your coffee, listening to the birds, then go upstairs or downstairs, because you got two studios, and just to create and take your guitar, and that's definitely what I was just expecting from life.
That makes sense. You mentioned the 40th anniversary. So when you look back on those 4 decades, how focused were you on your goals and your band throughout this time?
Man, at that time there was no internet. There was just tip trading. And that I feel like really lucky to remember and to just have lived those moments, just grabbing addresses from guys from Brazil, Ecuador, USA, Canada, Poland, and just making like this spider stuff, just, okay, I'm going to send him a tip. I'm going to send him like a flyer. And everything started from that.
Oh yeah, I remember.
Everything.
Oh, I remember those.
Man, with Max from Support, with the guys from Morbid Angel, with all the bands that became like the biggest acts all over the world.
Yeah.
And that makes sense because we met each other's every time they came for the first time in Europe. You know, I say, hey, remember it? Oh, fuck yeah. That was something really human.
It's very unique time.
Unique and human also. Just amen.
Yes, I remember those.
We've been like sending tapes, exchanging t-shirts, and okay, man, we finally met.
Yeah.
Flesh and bones, you know? And I think those times were definitely, I'm talking like an old man, but yes, I think really, I'm really lucky. Like I said, I feel really lucky to
Experience all of it.
yeah, that definitely that was something different.
It was. It
Yep.
was. Finally, is there Stephane Bourriès outside of Loud Blast? If so, who is he?
Huh. I wish I could tell you that I'm not a fucking workaholic. Um, beside being a musician, or I try to be a nice husband.
Yeah.
I try to be to go to sports every day. No, definitely those last weeks, those last months was fucking nonsense because with a lot of playing, a lot of promotion. Because beside Loud Blast, I also got my own studio. I also got other band in which I'm working with, and it's always okay, Steph. You're gonna have a rest this week. This week was supposed to be that moment where I can, like, stay here, maybe listen to music, or just just have a break. But it's not gonna happen. It's not gonna happen. And really, I feel really lucky to have this life. And hopefully, maybe in December, it's gonna be like 10 days rest.
10 days rest. Well, that's
Yeah, before the next tour. And definitely, sometimes it's really annoying too, just not being at home, just not being really at home. Just okay. I stopped everything. I can. My phone is off. My computer is off. Business stuff. But nowadays, you need to be like here and
I know. Well, thank you so much for this interesting talk, and good luck with the new album.
thank you very much, Matt.